Thank you. I think you're still up here. Sorry about that. Please join me in welcoming the permanent chair of the convention, Ohio Congresswoman Marcia Fudge. Congresswoman Fudge was first elected in 2008. She represents the people of the 11th Congressional District of Ohio. Congresswoman Fudge serves on the House Committee on Agriculture and the House Committee on Education and Workforce. She is the ranking member on the Subcommittee on Early Childhood and Elementary and Secondary Education, and she is also a member of several congressional caucuses and the immediate past chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. It is now my pleasure to turn over the gavel to my friend and the permanent chair of the 47th Democratic National Convention, Congresswoman Marcia Fudge.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I am honored to accept this gavel as permanent chair of the Democratic National Convention, and I am excited to put Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine in the White House. Assembled an extraordinary collection of Americans here in this arena. We are here from across the country. We have traveled thousands of miles, and we are representing the millions of Democrats who come this November are going to make their voices heard louder and stronger than ever before. Because we have a choice, a profound choice this November. And we have to make this choice in a time when this nation finds itself at the crossroads of history and hope, a time of great promise, progress, and potential, but also a time of social unrest, hate speech, and war. Hillary Clinton was born for such a time as this. Why we are going to have a different kind of convention than the one we saw in Cleveland last week. Because Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine want to build an economy that works for everyone, not just the people at the top. An economy where everyone pays their fair share, an economy where if you work hard, you can get ahead and stay ahead. Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine want to bring steady and stable leadership to the world. They'll work with our allies to keep America and the rest of the world safe and secure. Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine want an America where there are no barriers to opportunity, equality, or justice. Excuse me. Where we lift each other up and where every voice from every race, religion, and sexual orientation is heard and respected. next 4 days, we're going to hear from the leaders of our country and the future of our party. We're going to unite and we're going to make history. And we're going to do everything we can to elect Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine. Hillary Clinton, this is your time. This is our time. Delegates, Democrats, let the convention begin. And may I just make a point? May I just make a point? There are many of you that do not know me in this room. But let me say to you, I intend to be fair. I want to hear the varying opinions here. I am going to be respectful of you, and I want you to be respectful of me.
Ohio Congress.
We are all Democrats, and we need to act like it. Let's do it.
Please join me.
The rules of the convention allow me as chair to appoint other officers to assist in the orderly conduct of the convention's proceedings. It is now my great honor to announce the following additional convention officers. Convention Vice Chairs, Lily Ledbetter, Laura Ricketts, Maura Healey, State Representative Alicia Reese, Senator Claire McCaskill, Representative Doris Matsui, Chad Griffin, Doug McCarran, the Honorable Alexis Padilla, Representative Jim Clyburn, Senator Richard Blumenthal, Louis Elrod, Secretary and friend Mayor Stephanie Rollins Blake, parliamentarians Representative Steny Hoyer, lead parliamentarian, Helen McFadden, Senator Karen Carter Peterson, the Honorable Alexis Herman, Harold Eichels, Kevin O'Keefe, Sergeant at Arms Representative John Lewis, Assistant Sergeant at Arms Senator Tammy Baldwin, Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, Gary Morrow, Mayor Ross Baraka, Terry O'Sullivan, doorkeeper Mignon Moore, timekeeper Marissa Richmond. Each of these convention officials is dedicated to strengthening their communities and our country. They share Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine's positive vision for change and will be important messengers for the campaign moving forward. We would now bring back for the completion of the rules report for procedural rules and agenda the chairs, Barney Frank and Mr. Pute.
On Saturday, the 182 members of the Rules Committee, fairly reflecting the delegates elected to the convention according to their preferences, spent 7 hours in a fully open debate of every aspect of the rules that anyone wished to bring up, and voted overwhelmingly for a final report, which you will hear later. I now report the agenda and procedural rules for the convention. To be clear, there is a report about what will happen after this convention that you will hear about very shortly. My report is of the agenda of the convention and of the rules that will govern the conduct of business in this convention. And I report again, they were fully debated, with no question about anyone's right to offer any amendment or make any debate being repressed. And we now present these rules, which will result in a fully open and small d democratic as well as big D democratic conduct of the convention. Madam Chair, I present those parts of the committee's report from Saturday.
Thank you very much, Barney Frank, for presenting the agenda and the procedural rules of the convention as amended by the Rules Committee. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the agenda and procedural rules of the 2016 Democratic National Convention. Do I hear a second? Pursuant to our rules, we will now have a voice vote on approving our agenda and procedural rules of the 2016 Democratic National Convention. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The chair determines that the ayes have it. We will now hear the unity report.
Good afternoon. I'm Leticia Van de Pute, a seventh-generation Texan, and my grandmothers were born in Mexico, and they would have been so proud to see me standing here today. Co-chair of the 2016 Democratic National Convention Rules Committee. She would have been, my grandmothers would have been so proud. And I also get to work with Barney Frank. More than 2 centuries ago, a group of courageous individuals gathered at Independence Hall a few blocks from here to give birth to our great country and a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And for my abuelitas, they knew that in this United States of America, the most meaningful title that anyone could ever hold is the title citizen. And my abuelita, my memo, became a citizen at age 68, and her proudest day was the day when she cast her first vote. And as Democrats, we must do everything we can to ensure that our party carries on this tradition that makes us stronger as a country. So we are proposing the creation of the Unity Reform Commission. This commission has won overwhelming support from all members of the Rules Committee. And together, we're going to see what's working, we're going to see what's not working, and we're going to work together to build a stronger Democratic Party for our children, para nuestros hijos. And the Commission will make recommendations regarding unpledged delegates to be sure that our process reflects our true democratic values and our unwavering belief in our representative democracy. And we're going to open up our democratic process so that the grassroots always has a seat at the table. We're going to ensure that our party hears every voice and empowers every person with a chance to contribute. And so to all the activists, to the organizers, to the officials and the volunteers and las familias and community leaders out there, we hear you. We respect you. And this Unity Commission will work for you to build a thriving, growing Democratic Party today, tomorrow, and for generations to come. Muchísimas gracias.